We out here with Bulldog in Carol City by Brentwood Pool, and we're going vibe with it, brother. He's really a Miami icon. If not, he's a member of the Icons. You know what I'm saying? You talking about Bulldog.
Outside defense.
We talking about
boss.
We talking about Bulldog. We talking about one of the foremost rappers, entertainers in Miami when it wasn't no entertainment in Miami.
Yeah, man. You know, my career started off with Joy Boy Records. I was signed with Disco Rick the Dogs, Half Pint, Creep Dogs. You know, back in the days, Half Pint, you know, they had a hit single out, Big Booty Girls, One Leg Up. You know, I dropped my first album, my single was Gangsta Bass on Video Jukebox about 25, 27 years ago in the Matchbox in Lake Lucerne. Definitely, man, I'm one of Miami's pioneers, man. And, you know, brothers like me, Charles Annard, some Young and the Restless, JT Money, you know what I'm saying, and a couple other brothers, man. We were some of the first brothers here in Carol City, man. You know, Trader Hardaway in the city. You know, we were some of the first rappers, man, you know, that's basically doing the little music thing, because in Miami, you know, our thing was about DJing down here, whereas, you know, you got a DJ, you know, Triple M DJ, which with Candyman, them, they might have 50, 60 cabinets, you know, bass bands, then from bass bands to Vegas, you know, and it was a battle of the DJs, man. We about that jam. You know, they called us baby kids. You know, we had pack jams, disco roller tech, sunshine skating rings.
Dude, talking about pack jam.
Bass station.
I remember I met Biggie Smalls with you at pack jam and Luke backstage. I remember that.
Yeah. When they came down, I was signed to Luke Records in '95. You know, definitely be a part of that thing, man. But yeah, pack jam was, you know, where all the young people in Miami used to go and get it off, you know? And it was like the baddest females in the world, you know what I'm saying, down here in Miami, man. We had back then, you know, it's like everybody looked like Trina, man. The big booties, the big thighs, it was just something down here in Dade County, man. You know, Trail 5 had the finest female on the map. Everybody wanted a Miami girl. You know, this is where the strippers come at. You get as loose as you nasty as you want to be. Back in the days, Luke, you know, Luke had the skin the wind, you know. Every summer, you know, they had a summer jam down there, you know, talking about skin the wind, you know, where they get about 10 women on stage, and, you know what I'm saying, they having a dance off, and they go to stripping and taking all their clothes off, man. Niggas throw money on stage, brothers throwing money on stage, man. You know what I'm saying, that's just how we grew up, you know. My career started off, man, you know, like I said, with Icons, not Icons, I mean the Miami Boys, back in 1990 and 91 with Joy Boy Records. I was the Miami Boys. I went to Orlando and did an album, 10, 12 song album, video on YouTube, Miami Boys with a Z. Videos Gangsta Bass, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead and YouTube that. Y'all see me 20-something years ago. Shirt off, you know what I'm saying, being loose, doing how we do. I'm also, man, from there, you know, from the Miami Boys, you know, shouts out to my partner, Jesse James, you know, who did the album with me, a Jamaican friend of mine who I called in on the project. Now, from there, man, basically, you know, I elevated from Miami Boys to 1995. I was signed to Luke Records, Bulldog and the Southside Gangsters, right when Luke and his Joe Weinberger, his lawyer, you know, went through a little dispute and whatever, you know, Luke Records, the record label company, studios and everything kind of closed down. But shouts out to, you know, my big brother, Uncle Luke, man, you know, one of the true pioneers in Dade County, who, you know what I'm saying, took us all the way to the Supreme Court, man. This brother Major, man, you know, was running for mayor of Liberty City, you know, but definitely, man, you know, there's a lot of brothers paid the way, man, and from the album I did with Luke, Bulldog and the Southside Gangsters, at the time Lorenzo was signed to the label, JT Money, Home Team, you know, Two Live Crew, shouts out to Marquise and, you know what I'm saying, China Man, you know, they were signed to the label at the time, man. Definitely, album never got dropped out, so from there I moved to Atlanta, where I hooked up with Dangerous Music, them. Shouts out to Two Shorts and all them, and Sheepdog Records and all them boys up there who I worked with. You know, I worked with them for a minute. Then the Icons, you know, my brethren's Fence, Carl Boss, Tony Mancino, Chapter. All these cats went to school with me at John F. Kennedy, JFK. These my junior high boys. We elevated. I mean, you know, we came together and became the Icons. They came to Atlanta and got me, brought me down. Icons was a record label with a lot of different artists. As you know, I'm Bulldog. Then we had Chapter, Superstar, Stage McCloud, Screwface. You know, Tony Mancino. You know, these was the rappers, and everybody in that clique was basically Superstar. Me and her from Brentwood Elementary, 2nd grade. You know, the whole Icon cliques from my junior high, 7th grade, JFK, North Miami Beach. So we, you know, basically the whole music scene, man. Everybody in the scene kind of grew up around each other. You know, Flo Rida grew up the street here. You know, the Pink and White Apartments right up here, Cass City, Miami Gardens. You know, the Po Boy clique. You know what I'm saying? All in the little hood of Cass City, Slip and Slide. You know, Touche Ted Lucas from the Bajas over there. You know what I'm saying? My family member. Definitely shouts out to Slip and Slide Records. You know, Trick Daddy, Trina. You know, the boss, you know what I'm saying, Rick Ross. But definitely from the Icons, you know, we had a hit single out, Get Crunked Up. Our hit single, which later on we did a remix with Lil' Kim. And, you know, thing blew, man. You know, we just in the studio banging, man. And it's like when, you know, getting on hand and just, you know what I'm saying, blessing some good brain food, man. And we came up with hits, man. And, you know, we named the album Street Money. You know, I was on 3 cuts on the album, did videos. God blessed us with that album, took us to Europe, to Japan, took us to Jamaica. Man, basically we saw the world, you know, working with Beanie Man, Missy, Elliott. We did, you know, we worked with a lot of people, man. Mad Cobra got 2 songs on my album. You know, so we did a lot of features, man. Shouts out to Trick Daddy, you know what I'm saying? We came back with another single, We Thuggin', featuring Trick Daddy and the Super Slide clip. From there, you know what I'm saying? I just basically, man, just, you know, 2007, you know, I had the studio over there by Highland Oaks in my house. I had a 5-bedroom house with a nice little studio, in-house producers. Shouts out to Kid Money and making all the tracks, and Caesar, the engineer. Anyway, man, I had a fire in the house, electric fire. I mean, and it kind of burned everything. I kind of lost everything. So at the time, man, you know, my brother called me from Slip and Slide, Ted Lucas, man, and told me to meet him in Antioch, and I went and met the brother over there, man. My brother blessed me, you know what I'm saying? Put a little something in my pocket because I lost everything. And I just, you know, told me whenever I'm ready, you know, just step back to him. You know, shouts out to E-Class, did the same. But, man, you know, I'm getting older. And for the last 20 years, man, I've been speaking death. So, you know, I've been on the conscience music. You know, I prayed about it. I wanted to get out the music game. And God told me to do something for the kids. So the first thing I did is I wrote a 7-song EP that I'm dedicating, you know, 40–60% of all proceeds back to the community of the kids. You know, songs on there like, you know, for the kids, Say No to Drugs. You know, it's not a contradiction. You know, basically you older people at an age where you can make these decisions. If you want to smoke your marijuana, you want to do whatever, cocaine, crack, or whatever, that's your choice, you know. But these young people, man, you know, we robbing the fruit and robbing the cradle. They don't get a fair chance to basically to develop mentally, physically, and spiritually. And being from the black community, we already from broken homes. A lot of us are raised from single mothers, have to work 2 jobs, or grandma, or auntie, uncle, somebody, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, just broken homes, period. So distractions like drugs definitely hinders the youth, man. And, you know, regardless of the decisions we make in our life, we have to remember that that's what's our future. So I basically wrote a 7-song EP, you know what I'm saying, Stop the Violence, Say No to Drugs, Get a Glory to God, things like that where the young people need, no cussing, whereas every young person, man, from 2–3 years old on up, man, they, you know, they can feel the music, 1 on up can vibe with it, and it's conscience, and it's still, you know, with that thug vibe to it, that gangster street vibe to it, but I'm spitting conscience like Tupac, you know. A little testimony of that is something I wrote called Stop the Violence. I definitely want to get to Chicago. I definitely want to get to Liberty City. You know, it's like, stop the violence, be all you can be. Life worth living when you're free. All this violence bring tragedies. People dying daily in the streets. Stop the violence. What we need is peace. Everybody move in unity. Move with me. Together we build communities. It's enough everybody can eat. Ain't no need for all this violence on the street. Hard fearing people should live in peace. People dying daily. Something like that, you know what I'm saying? Stop the violence. Then we got something like, say no to drugs, no to drugs, say no to drugs, no to drugs. Young people, you the future, say no to drugs. Dope heads burned out, they too high to be thugs, say no to drugs. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that, man.
You did that, pull your pants up too,
you
for
know,
Blocker, right?
I also did pull your pants up for mayor, I mean not a mayor, commissioner, you know, the commissioner of Opalaka contacted me at the time and told me basically he was trying to pass an ordinance for baggy pants where they pull their pants up. So he needed me to write a song. So I wrote back to the lab and I wrote a song, pull your pants up. You a man, then man up, pull your pants up. You know what I'm saying? Real woman, if you with me, put your hands up. Tell them wanna be thug brothers, pull their pants up. Flashing me, buddy, you ain't no dancer, pull your pants up. You a man, then man up, pull your pants up. Real women, if you with me, put your hands up. Tell them wanna be thug brothers, pull their pants up. Flashing me, buddy, you ain't no dancer. Simply because, you know, I feel like, look here, young black man, you know, Dade County brothers, man, back in the 80s and the 70s, man, and the 90s, man, we were some of them the best dressed brothers, man, in the hood. I'm talking about, man, in the morning time before high school and junior high, man, it'd be a long line at the wash house. Brothers waiting to get on the heavy starch steam machine, trying to press their corduroys or trying to press their clothes, man. Man, let me tell you something. First impression is everything, young man. Understand that God ruled the world through his men. Understand that, you know, you the seed of the world. Everything comes from your nuts, man. You fertilize everything here, man. Everything on earth is from you. I mean, it's for you. So if you have knowledge of self, you can overstand every situation that's going on. Please understand that the way you carry yourself, man, reflects the way that the young people carry themselves. You know what I'm saying? The younger generation carry themselves. If you walk around, you older people, man, 20, 25, 30 years old, 40, 50 years old, and you got your clothes, your pants hanging off you with your little dirty underwear showing, man, to the pair. Come on, man, have some etiquette about yourself. Groom yourself, man. You understand what I'm saying? Believe you me, man, it makes a difference. You know, from there, though, definitely, man, you know, I decided to do the Spiritual Little Conscious album for the youth before I get into Bulldog's album or Cuff. Now, the difference between Bulldog and Cuff is Bulldog is hell on the streets. It's the last 20 years of everything I've been through, and wet your block up, bomb, whatever I've been out here on these streets, neck bone sandwich, you know what I'm saying? That nookie fire, but they head do damage. Ain't nothing like a neck bone sandwich, girl. That nookie fire, but they head do damage. Ain't nothing like a neck bone sandwich. Yee, fire head, let me talk a lot. Suck a nigga up in the parking lot. Lick a nigga up like a Haagen-Dazs. Neck bone sandwich so marvelous, got 2 holes on the head. Street music strictly for the underground. You know what I'm saying? That's Bulldog. You know what I'm saying? From a street fan, simply because even though I done changed my life and I'm conscious, I done took the goals out my mouth, I done cut the horns off. The last 20 years, this is who I was. And for me to just been working for the last 20 years and not be able to feed my community. I'm a product of my environment. I understand these brothers, man. A lot of you peoples out here in the world don't understand. In Dade County, you got little 5, 7, 10, 12-year-olds out here playing watch out, making $200, $300, $500 a week. You know what I'm saying? Because mama on crack, daddy gone, somebody watching over them. They got to hustle to take care of little sister and brothers. You don't know people's situations, so you can't really point fingers. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother from bylinx said, you know what I'm saying? It's edutainment. It's our job, you know, that's blessed with this gift that God gave us to be able to educate our young brothers and sisters and be able to teach and reach the masses through our music. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you know, the little spiritual album for the kids, you know what I'm saying? That's not Bulldog's album, but that's just strictly something to help my community because it's needed. Also, you know, Bulldog, Hell on the Street is where I came from. And if you know my past, then you can appreciate me in the future. Now, where I'm at right now, is Cuff. Cuff Inc. is my company. Cultures United, fighting freedom. Now, Cultures United fighting for freedom, you know, definitely, man, I came up with my own simply because, like, I've been a pioneer in the music, and people have robbed me of my royalties and my points and my publishing and the whole nine simply because I was like you young bucks out here, man, just want to freestyle and want to rip and see the blunt, but nobody recorded nothing. Nobody put nothing down. So, at the end of the day, after the hypes and the cameras and the spotlight blang off, I wasn't making the money because I didn't have my points right, I didn't have my royalties right, I didn't have what was going on, you know what I'm saying, with Cuff. You know, Bulldog is the artist, but Cuff is more like, you know, my record label, which Bulldog will be signed to his own label, you know what I'm saying, doing joint ventures with whichever of my brothers or whoever that, you know, that get behind me and support the project. But I want to do me a conscious album, man, something like Ghetto Gospel, you know, and for Ghetto Gospel, you know what I'm saying, I just finished laying, you know, this song, God Get the Glory. You know, it's more on a conscious tip, and it's like, God get the glory, my life story, my testimony, God get the glory, don't tell me open the Bible, show me God get the glory. Stress be fertilizer for failure, the devil will infiltrate if you let him near you. When you walk with me, nothing fear you, have fear, God take care of you. Demons be scared to come near you, leaders are self-motivated. Don't debate it, visualize in your mind you made it. Destiny yours, so created. Depression is mental incarceration. From the block, Barack Obama rule a nation. People, nothing could stop determination. Gotta keep your eyes on the prize you're chasing. Satisfaction be so amazing. Occasion of trials and tribulation. God get the glory, my life story, my testimony. God get the glory. Don't tell me open the Bible, show me God get the glory. Yee! God get the glory, my life story, my testimony. God get the glory. Don't tell me open the Bible, show me God get the glory. Yo, 3 misdemeanor is a felon. Ain't no telling how long before they start rebelling, chopping us up like watermelons. We all fell a victim to robbing and killing, trafficking, dope dealing, having visions of making millions. Rather die than live in prison. Take your life before I'm caught slipping. Finding a job like fishing. Being a felon means more butt kissing. Strategize, play your position. Feel my vision. We live in a world that symbolizes Satanism. Heaven to earth is what we live in. Revelation to unforgiving. Done change God's children's to butchers and pigeons. Satan be messing with them, using TV to alter our visions. First he bring us up, then break us down like buildings. Willie lynching, left us without a pot to be said, so pay attention. All Muslims and Christians, God made no religion. The system getting too hot in the kitchen. Because God get the glory. You know what I'm saying? So basically, man, just on the spiritual thing, you know. Like I said, when my house burned down, man, I had wrote a song, Get the Glory to God. And the song started touching everybody so much in the spiritual and the church world that I've been, you know, for the last couple of years, I've been on tour in churches, man, and going to conventions and doing my motivational speaking. Just basically, man, when I was younger, I was a young hothead. So now I'm older, man. I'm like 40 years old. You know, I have 3 boys, you know, Andy Jr., Osiris Elijah, you know what I'm saying, Sanan, and my daughter, you know what I'm saying, Khadijah. I got 3 boys and 1 girl, you know. And it's a blessing, man. You know, my kids, my oldest just graduated from high school, you know what I'm saying, going to college. My 13-year-old is a 4.0 student, Osiris Elijah, up in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying, and my 10-year-old daughter, man, you know what I'm saying, she's a 4.4 student, you know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing, man. I'm just seeing my little people develop and being on the road for the last 20 years, for the last 5-10 years, man, I kind of just been out the scene, just kicking back and just enjoying the young people, building my studio, building my company, making sure my publishing right, making sure my royalties right, making sure my points right, and just, you know, trying to build my company. And also, man, I've graduated into doing movies. You know, like I said, you know, I've done 2 Sides of Life. You know, with Kevin, MiamiFilms.net, and I also got another one out. Both was in Blockbuster, Bootleggers, you know, featuring Wafiq and, you know, some other people, and, you know, my homie Nate and Jason, and a lot of team that we work with, man. But in Carol City or Miami Gardens, you're gonna see a lot of films, teams, shooting videos, shooting movies. You're gonna see a lot of, young producers growing up in the hood, shots out to POD, his son doing tracks now, man, this where it's at, man. Spell shout out to Trina, you know what I'm saying? Y'all lay around, you know what I'm saying, for Miss America getting ready to drop her single, getting ready to come out, you know what I'm saying? Definitely a, young sister y'all gonna look out for her. She beautiful, she gorgeous, and she hot, man. And being a pioneer in this game, man, it's a pleasure and an honor to work with the next generation. So just being, one of the brothers that done put in work and paid the way, you know what I'm saying? Definitely got to send shots out to Rick Ross, the boss, you know what I'm saying, who, man, them broke records, man. I'm proud of you, man. I love you, man. Get with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I love what you're doing for the crib, man. Shouts out to Young Meat and, Mills and all them boys over there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving that. I love how y'all repping Triple C's, Trey 05, the whole 9 yards, you know what I'm saying? Can't forget about them dunk riders, Trick Daddy, you know what I'm saying? Boy, we still love y'all here, boy. You know what I'm saying? Come at us, man. It's time for us to get in these movies, man. Let's get at these movies, man, out here. But definitely, man, they kind of got it going on, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all come to the crib, man. Feel free to wipe y'all feet. You know what I'm saying? Everybody scrap. And everybody gutter. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all come with respect, man. Y'all gonna get respect. Y'all come with that bull, you get split to the white meat. Bam!